DeepRootz Productionz.
Hello and namaste, listeners. My name is Yagna Rangavajla, the co founder and the pre production manager for the DeepRootz Productionz. It's my absolute delight to be part of our pilot episode, and I would also take a moment to introduce the co founder and the post production manager, Lashonda Stevens.
Hi, everyone.
So, how are you doing today?
Feeling good. We're going to have a great season. This is something new for all of us, and we're so excited to share it with you guys.
Well, okay, on scale of 1 to 10, how excited or nervous are you?
I'm going to say 8.5. But hopefully, by the time we get through all these episodes, by the time we definitely start moving, I'm hoping to bring that down, or I guess bring it up, or I don't know which way we're going to go, but hopefully that will change. But overall, yeah, I'm excited.
Well, if you ask me, I would say somewhere around 9.5. That's how much I'm nervous, but then at the same time, I'm also excited because it's a new
Exactly.
adventure, and I'm excited. That's all I can say right now. Well, that's wonderful. So basically, in this pilot episode, we'll be discussing our roles, vision, and thoughts about, as I said, our new adventure. But let's start this with a bit of background. What do you say?
That is fine with me.
Okay, so we'll start with you, Lashonda. Can you share, your journey, how you got involved with the DeepRootz Productionz, and also your hobbies?
So yes, my name is Lushonda Stevens. I am the co-founder of DeepRootz Productionz with my great host and co-founder as well, Yegna. Our journey, let's say, it has started off very well. We met at Delaware County Community College, and we were in a organization together called New Media Lab. Shout out to New Media Lab. We work together. It's a student-run organization that we make podcasts for the college, basically. And we were able to kind of grow in that. And throughout that journey, we were like, hey, let's work together. Why not? I think we can really balance off each other and make something work. That's kind of like the journey between us. I know you have a similar but also different journey as well, Yagna. But that was how we kind of got started. My hobbies is I make pottery pieces. I make tie-dye shirts. I do have a small business that I'm working on right now, and I'm very into the creative space. I do post-production work, and yeah, that's kind of like what I do. A lot. I do a lot. It's too much to explain, but that's basically the gist of what I do. How about you,
Ooh.
Yegna?
Well, if you ask me about my background, which I love answering because I've talked about this like a lot of times, but I'm originally from India. I moved to so basically I did most of my schooling back in India from my hometown, Hyderabad, Telangana. I did my schooling at Johnson Grammar School, ICSC, in Hyderabad again. And in the year 2022, we moved to the US. Like my family and I relocated to the US, and I continued my 11th and 12th. That's basically my junior and senior year of high school at Downingtown East High School. And after that, I did my first 2 years of undergrad as in the form of Associate of Science in Business Administration from Delaware County Community College. A big shout out to that. And then right now, I transferred my credits and I'm continuing my last 2 years of undergrad at Temple University, where I'm majoring in legal studies. So yeah, I'm from the Fox School of Business. So yes, that's like a little bit of my background, like what I'm doing right now. How I got involved with DeepRootz Productionz is actually very funny because I remember like it was our new media lab general meeting, I believe, and then everybody were logging out, and we were just at the end of the meeting, and I was just there, and for some reason it just struck me like I should just pitch this idea to Lashonda. She is going to be a great co-founder, and that's how we started, and now here we are. I am glad that that day I just stepped out of my comfort zone. That's something I learned and something the new media lab actually taught me. So yes, a big shout out to New Media Lab and Delco. So yes, that's how I got involved with DeepRootz Productions and my hobbies. Hmm, that's a tough question because I'm a jack of all trades. Like you can find me doing a lot of things. Like I have a lot of hobbies, but specifically, I'm an avid reader. Like I love reading romance novels and self help or productive books. My favorite. I also love listening to songs, especially decoding the lyrics of songs. Especially Indian Carnatic music, and specifically, I would say songs or kirtanas by Sri Tyagaraja Swami. My favorite thing to do. And I also enjoy singing Indian Carnatic music, and I play veena, which is an Indian instrument, both of which I'm still learning. I'm a beginner, guys. And I love listening to spiritual discourses, speeches, debates, and all of that. I love journaling and also podcasting. So I'm
Well,
licking it back.
right,
So
that was
yeah.
good.
But yes, podcasting is something that I've always enjoyed doing. Thanks to New Media Lab again, I think I've found that passion for podcasting to be specific. I think podcasting has become such an powerful medium today that we get to share information, not only information, knowledge based, but also entertainment based. You know what I mean?
Right.
But now that we're talking about podcasting, what does podcasting mean to you personally, Lashonda?
Podcasting means to me personally, definitely just kind of sharing your experience, your knowledge, your personality too, and just talking to people and learning something new, Um, Sometimes they say, oh, podcasting is not for everyone, but everyone has a voice at the end of the day. So I'm happy that I am and we are starting something new and hopefully will inspire others. So that's what podcasting means to me. How about you?
Well, I would say podcasting for me means knowledge. Okay, here's the thing. I, like as a student, now that I reflect back to how my education went on or how I studied generally, I always feel like when I study, I always do it for something out of it. Like I get a degree out of it, and in the future, I can earn money with that degree, and it's all that. It's not it has never been knowledge for me specifically, and I don't want to generalize like everybody treats it like that, but I think at the back of my head every time it was that you know so I feel like podcasting for me is that outlet where I can explore the knowledge aspect to it and actually learn and gain something out of it with the real world experiences and all. And I
Right,
can't wait to hear the stories people have, because at the end of the day, each and every one of us, as you mentioned, each and every one of us as has a voice, stories, and it's incredibly great to get a chance to hear them and actually provide a medium for them to give them out to others also. You know what I mean?
right.
So podcasting for me means knowledge at the end of the day. So yeah, that's how I'll say.
I definitely like that because that reminds me of us being at the New Media Lab. That was all like learning something new, all about knowledge, and now being able to implement those things in the real world in our lives and working on something new for ourselves. So that's, yeah, definitely. I can also vouch for that as podcasting is knowledge as well. So yeah, so as the co-founder in pre-production, what does that role entail and what inspired you to take on these responsibilities?
I would say that's a great question, but I think my collaboration, work, and learning from the New Media Lab again has inspired me to take a step into this new adventure for me, at least. And having worked as a production coordinator and also as a co-executive producer for the New Media Lab, I found myself drawn and passionate about podcasting and actually pre-production, production aspects of podcasting, and that was something I really wanted to vouch on in the future, like I'm doing right now. But yes, that's how I got into podcasting and why pre-production in specific. So yes, what about you?
So my role as the co-founder is post-production. So I basically do the editing part of things. I don't know how I really ended up doing this. Not like I did not sign up for this. Not saying like that, but like just the whole journey of being at the New Media Lab from being a reader to here, it's like, whoa, like I wasn't expecting me to be able to like start editing things. But I can say that it's really fun editing. Um, Making people excited to see an episode where probably when we first recorded it, it was a mess. And then being able to come up with the final piece and then be like, wow, like I didn't even know I messed up there, or I didn't even think that that was possible. It's very fun and exciting to make people excited to see their final work and like just put it all together. It's a great experience. But yeah, like I can't, like I'm so excited to be able to edit these and kind of be more creative outside of the realm of what we were kind of like accustomed to. So yeah, that's basically my role. Definitely looking forward to what I create and what we create as a whole. And yeah.
Yes, I think, I think podcasting as a whole has a lot of opportunities to provide like pre-production for me and post-production for you. And hopefully, I really want to explore the post-production aspect, like you as my mentor. But yes, that's something that's in the box for the future for sure. Well, we are definitely having some interesting perspectives. Let's dive into our next question. What do you think is the core mission of Deep Roots Productions, Lushanda?
So the core mission for DeepRootz Productionz is basically the whole network, but we're going to have different segments underneath of that network. For our first segment is going to be about community colleges. We're going to be talking to not only people that are in the field of community colleges, but also the students as well, and alumni as well. Alumni as well. So for our first segment about community colleges, I'm very excited about that. Being able to talk to the students. My part is really excited about the talking to the students and just seeing how they grow in the next couple years, and then come back to them and say, "How is everything doing?" I'm so excited for that. How about you, Yegna? What do you think? What's the core mission?
Um, I think I have the similar thoughts as you have, and it's interesting because I think we found a way to articulate the same thoughts in our productions name, that is the Deep Roots Productions with a Z instead of an S. But if I actually go in depth for our name and all of that, our Deep Roots part speaks of the idea of going beyond the surface, and it gives us a chance to explore topics with depth, building strength, like, building strong and lasting connections. And when it comes to the roots aspect, that's where everything begins for a plant, right? And that's where everything begins for us too. Roots provide the strength, stability, and nourishment so that the plant can flourish. And that's exactly what Deep Roots focuses on. And it reflects, a focus on building something around something that's strong and meaningful and rooted through exploration and growth. I would say that. And also, the productions aspect adds a bit of dynamic edge to the name, if you ask me. It's about not thinking deeply, but also implementing and creating something that's deep, and also giving out to the audience too. It's about the process of I would say bringing ideas to life through podcasting. So in essence, I think Deep Roots Productions is about digging into the idea and going beyond the surface area and grounding our work in a meaningful purpose, and also letting it reach out to others, and hoping in hopes that we could learn something and others could learn the same thing too,
Right.
or different, hopefully. But yes, I would say that's how I think Deep Roots actually came in, like the name actually came in. And I remember, like, we sat in for days to figure out the name for our productions. It's such a weird story. Like, we couldn't end up with one, but then as a team we did end up with such a beautiful name. And yes, I think that's how Deep Roots came into existence.
Whoop whoop. Yes.
So now that we're talking about the brand name, let's also give a special mention to our brand logo, which I'm in absolute love with. Can you share your thoughts behind the logo and how it reflects our mission and vision?
So the logo is basically, as Yegna mentioned, about like a little tree, a baby tree. You see the roots definitely. It's very known that we're starting off from the beginning, and it kind of just goes into a little tree branch with a couple leaves, and then there's actually, if you if you envision this, there's two chairs on the top of the little branch, or is there a branch or not a leaf? It's a branch. It's basically a tree
Yeah.
branch. Yeah, it's
Hmm.
branch. It's like a little baby
Yeah.
tree. So as it's growing, it has two little chairs on each side. Well, one on each side, and then in the middle there's a microphone to kind of implement podcasting. So that's kind of like it's a cute idea, and I'm just hoping in the future, once we grow bigger and better, it's gonna turn into a tree. That's what I'm so excited to see. It's just it kind of just be like a giving tree type of thing, and I'm so excited to see that. So yeah.
Well, right. I think the tree, like those two chairs and the microphone in between, which is in the form of bud, if it's when it comes to the plant, I think it's such a beautiful idea that one of our graphic designing team member, Lindsay Ferguson, gave, and I feel like that's the chef's kiss for the whole brand logo, and that's actually brought the essence of it, even the deeper roots that she drew and all of that, and yeah, and even Hyro Avalos, I think working together with such great graphic designers and having things like, having an idea is different, and actually implementing it and having a picture of it is another, like, very difficult and totally different aspect, and a very important thing too. And I'm grateful that we have such two incredible graphic designing members on our team. So yes, I would say I have the same exact thoughts as you, Lushanda, about our brand logo, which again I'm in love with. So yes, as we kick off this podcasting journey, and I would say a podcasting adventure, it's important that we take a step back and take this as an opportunity to express our gratitude. So, who or what are you most grateful for, and how have they influenced or shaped your passion for this project?
So I want to shout out everyone who was by my side through this journey at Delaware County Community College. I was a part time student for 7 years. I started out as a criminal justice major, but then found out that just wasn't for me and was able to start off fresh in communications. And ever since then, I loved it. I love the classes that I've taken, I love the people that I've met, and the journey that I went through to get to be able to say that I finally graduated, and even considering to study something new in the future. Like, I wasn't thinking about that. So I'm very grateful for everyone who was by my side through that journey, but also give myself a pat on the back because I finished on my own at the end of the day. So I appreciate myself for even sticking to it, because some people can't say that. And just, I'm grateful for my mom for still believing in me and believing that I can finish. And not only you, Yegna, but everybody at the New Media Lab and everyone else at the Delaware County Community College as well, that just was so welcoming, nice, and just helpful. And I really couldn't have done it without you guys. So definitely.
Oh, that's so sweet. Oh God. Now that I think about gratitude, I think it's important, like in some way or form, because it's because of people around us and even ourselves that we're here today. But if you ask me to take a minute and express my gratitude, I would say the first and foremost person I am forever grateful for would be um, my God, Sri Hanumat Lakshmana Bharata Shatrugna Sameta Sri Sita Ramachandra Swami, because I think it's God who's given me that positive energy, vibe, circle that I can actually work together in that environment. Like without them, I don't think I would have been here today. So definitely a big, big, big thanks to God. Although I know thank you is a very small word to whatever has done for me till date, but still a big gratitude to God. And also my parents who've always believed in me and pushed me to achieve that extra mile. And they're the ones who told me two important things in my life that I still carry on. I will still carry on in the future too. One is to be honest, be yourself, and trust God. And the second one is that you're the captain of your soul and the master of your fate. And these two things that they've been telling me this right from my childhood, and they tell me every day. So that's something I'll stick to my heart forever, ever. Then definitely my sister, who's my younger sibling, and I think not only my younger sibling, but she's my best friend and the greatest critic I would ever asked for. So yes, a big thank you for her. And also Lushonda, like being the co-founder, and also being like you're the first person I've ever actually came up to pitching this idea and all of that. And I think I'm really, really grateful to you because you trusted in this idea and you saw the future I saw in this thing. And I'm very happy that we get to work together like this. And also, last but not the least, our team, Lindsay and Hyro. I think, as I told you before, having this idea is one thing and implementing it is another different thing. And I
Right.
think without Lindsay and Hyro, we wouldn't be implementing the ideas that we have. And it's because of them all of this is possible in the first place. So, yes, to all of yeah, like all of you guys, like a big, big, big thank you. And also, I'm taking inspiration from Lushonda. I think even I should give a pat on my back
Mm-hmm.
because I've come so far and I've trusted in myself. So, yes, a big thanks to me and my soul. But yes, thank you. I mean, I'm very grateful to you guys. And thank you so much. I think it's also I should also mention New Media Lab because they gave me my passion for podcasting. So yes, definitely the New Media Lab and Professor Boyd. Like, thank you so much, guys. Whew, wow, that was a deep conversation. Yeah, it was a deep conversation. Like we just took a step back and reflected
Right.
on, and yes. Okay, I want to come out of this deep, serious mood into some fun conversation that we had in the beginning. So let's step back on this mood for some time, and let's end this podcast with an interesting, my favorite game, the rapid fire round. Are you excited?
Oh yeah, I'm excited. I'm scared, but I'm not. I'm excited.
Well, I'm excited. So, how we'll go about with this is that I'm going to ask you a question. You'll answer it, and even I'll answer the question. It's fine. I'll give you my answers too. We'll be on the same page.
Okay.
But you have to tell the first thing that comes into your head. Ready?
Okay.
And here goes the rapid fire round. The first question, Lashanda. What's a podcast, song, movie, or book that inspired you?
A book would be The Magic of Thinking Big. I don't know who the author is, unfortunately, but that book definitely is a good starter book for someone that's thinking about entrepreneurship.
Wow. Okay, good. Oh, I have to answer the question. Okay. I I would say a book that inspired me would be The Alchemist. I don't want to mispronounce the name of the author because it's such a great book, but then it's Paulo Coelho. Yes, and subjected correction, guys. Like, it's such a great book. It's The Alchemist. That's something that inspired me always. And also wanted to add two songs that have always stayed in my heart and that always inspire me. One is The Nights by Avicii, and the second one is Life of Ram by Sirivenala Sitaram Shastri Garu. It's those two are my favorite songs, and they inspire me. So yes, I said a movie. I mean, no, a book and the two songs. Yes. Great. The second question: if you could step into someone else's shoes, on the team for a day, who would it be and why?
I would say Heidel because he does graphic designing and he's doing our cover art. I'm still kind of like confused on what that really is. Hey, something new that I would like to learn and how to figure out how to implement that. So I think I would like to be in his shoes of that role just to understand what is that.
Wow. Okay. Oh, me. Great. It's easy asking the question, but it's very difficult to answer the same question. But yeah, I would say I would say like each and every one of you. Like maybe in the morning it's going to be Lashonda's shoes, in the afternoon Lindsay's, and then High Rose. Because I've never done editing, or I've never ever had a single cell of artistic design or artistic talents in my body. So I think learning about editing and have what artistic space is all about, I really wanted to explore that, and hopefully I would in the future, but not now. I'm telling you, it's I don't have those artistic cells in my body, so yeah, I think I would step into each and every one of your shoes and maybe explore what you guys are actually doing and kind of guess how you got that talent, but it's fine.
You will,
Yeah,
trust me, you
I will
will.
someday. I will. So yeah, that's something I maybe yeah. As I told you, everybody on the team, I would do that.
Definitely.
Okay. Now the next question is: if you had to describe the essence of Deep Roots Productions in one word, what would it be?
Beginners.
Ooh.
Because we're all
Mm-hmm.
beginners, and I'm not taking that quote or slogan from the new media lab, but I am. No, I think that again, what I said about like being able to implement what you learned in college and put it out there in the world. Like, for example, real quick, Professor Boyd, shout out to her. I took one of her classes. It was new media and culture, something like that, and she had us do a project, and she interviewed like 5 or 6 people in the production realm of things, like a executive producer, a production assistant, other roles, editor, stuff like that. And taking that class and doing that assignment, I was able to implement that after I graduated, and I ended up being a production assistant in my internship. So, yeah. So, learning what I learned in college and being able to implement it in the real world, I love it. I love the feeling. That's what college should be like. Okay? It should be
Mm-hmm.
like that. But sometimes things get in our way. We have different ideas, and we pivot. But my goal is to really be in do my not be and do my major. That didn't make any sense, but basically make sure that I am taking those steps to actually implement my major and not kind of go off that 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 journey.
Mm-hmm.
But anything's possible, however. But still, I want to be able to stay in communications. I want to stay into culture and communications, something in that realm of things, and just make sure that I'm implementing those things that I've learned. So yeah, that was so long winded,
Ooh.
but yes.
No, that's actually deep. Like, great. That's amazing. Um, the question.
Oh
If you had to
yes.
describe the essence of Deep Roots Productions, what
Sorry, that was so
would it
descriptive.
be? No, no. I mean, that made me think, and that's all about podcasting. So, great answer. Um, I think if you asked me the very same question, I will reflect back on my previous few answers where I told podcasting is knowledge. So, Deep Roots Productions for me is knowledge. Like, that's how I'll answer that. Yeah, and it's fun. Um, so, last two questions. Don't worry, I'm not gonna keep you for much longer. What's your guilty pleasure song, TV, or movie, or show?
um I feel like I don't really listen to much music anymore. I do when
Mm-hmm.
I really want to. I'm definitely a podcaster. I always listen to podcasts when I'm at work. Um, TV shows, I barely watch TV. I barely watch movies. But I would say my guilty pleasure for a movie, I would say Inside Out, the movie,
Mm-hmm.
the animation film, and Inside Out 2. Those two movies, yeah, definitely my guilty pleasure.
Wow. If you ask me this very same question, people who know me like can answer this question like this. Like, yeah, like they can. Yeah. It's so easy because it's E Jawani Hai Diwani. It's an Indian movie in Hindi language. My guilty pleasure. So I have this ritual every year. I definitely watch this movie twice a year. Once on New Year's Eve and the other time on my birthday. Like that's something I do it every year. I don't know. It's my guilty pleasure. It's like my safe comfort movie that I have to watch. So yes, it's
Hmm.
A Jawani Hai Diwani, directed by Ayan Mukherjee, my favorite, my all-time favorite, and yes, that's my guilty pleasure. No regrets though. And last question. If do Now that we are talking about movies and all of that, if Deep Roots was, if it's were a movie genre, what would it be?
Deep roots.
Mm-mm.
A genre. That's an interesting question. Um, I don't know why, but I think of horror.
Horror? Oh my. Okay. Okay, let's give a pause to that. Why? I mean, I can't see podcasting and horror in the same zone or realm for some reason, but please decode that for our audience and for me too. Why horror?
I don't know. It's just I feel like I hear sci-fi. It's definitely giving sci-fi moment. Like
Hmm.
just very like uh mental type of trying to discover the world and like trying to crack the code but also giving it some like moments of like death scenes and just darkness. I don't know. I don't know why. I think it's the roots part that's getting me.
That's deep. Okay. Okay. Wow, that's an interesting perspective. That's for sure. If you ask me the very same question, I would give a safe answer. I would say coming of age drama and a slice
Mm,
of life.
mm.
Because yeah, we get to learn a lot of new things, and that's what coming of age drama and slice of life is all about. And yeah, it's about listening to people talk, their stories, and it's interesting. Why
Also,
not?
I guess you could say documentaries too.
Yeah, documentaries too.
Yeah. Okay. I like that.
Yeah. Yeah, even I like that too. And yeah, now that I'm thinking what our bloopers genre is going to be, of course, comedy. Yeah, Lindsay once mentioned about it, and I'm like, that's true. Hopefully, we'll have a lot of bloopers. Fingers
Yeah.
crossed. But this was such an incredible conversation. I think this is a way our audience get to know us personally, and it was a fun conversation with you too. Like it's very like we do have conversations. It's very rare we record it and actually show it to our audience. So this is our truest selves. So you see what we are like in real life too. But as I told you, this has been such an incredible conversation. But we have approached our limit for the day. I know that's
Oh.
sad, but before we end, any final thoughts, Lashonda?
I'm just excited. I hope you guys are excited as well. Definitely watch us grow. Definitely don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to our Deep Roots Productions and our future segments. And I am ready and excited for this journey, Yegna.
Well, I am too. It's been such incredible, like all the planning phase has been incredible, and I can't wait for the last final product of it. But I think, before we end, I think it's important. I feel like it's the time to, give out our audience our first official segment. I know we've mentioned it before, but do you want to do the honors?
The Community College Chronicles.
Yes, yes. So, so that's our first official podcast series. It's named as the Community College Chronicles, which you will be getting to watch very soon. As we mentioned before, the cover art for the Community College Chronicles is designed by Hyro, and yeah, it's nice. So
Yes.
we get to discuss about community colleges, how they're underrepresented, often underrepresented, and actually giving a voice to community colleges, their benefits, their advantages, and what future holds for community colleges. And I'm excited for you guys to have, take a look at what we have with regards to community colleges, and hopefully you will enjoy it.
If any of you guys out there have any assumptions about community colleges or any facts or opinions or whatever you think about community colleges, email us at deeprootsproductions@gmail.com. Email us with your assumptions about community colleges, and it may be on an episode. So definitely stay tuned for that. I am excited about that as well.
Ooh, yeah, even I'm excited about that. Well, listeners, this surely is an exciting project that I'm looking forward, and I'm pretty sure each and every member in our team is looking forward to it. If you're excited to join us on this journey, make sure to subscribe and follow us for more updates. Until then, stay tuned to us till next time. This is Yagna signing off.